Okay. Okay. It looks like we're here. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us to our stream. I'm glad to see you here, and I would like to introduce my friend Dan. He will help me today picking the question from the chat, and we will discuss. My name is Dmitriy Lavrov, and it is just another stream where I try to reply your questions from the chat and the questions which you post in our Discord group. Ask me questions. Hello, Dan.
Hello everyone, I'm Dan. I work with Dmitriy at Tradunity. I do the technical part and I handle the community. If you're part of our groups or you're a member or a former member, you might know me. If not, you will get to know me today. I am going to assist Dmitry, moderate the conversation, and ask him the questions that you guys write in the chat or the ones that we have received during the week. Dmitry, you wanted to talk about something?
Yes, I would like to talk about the question which I read after our previous stream, which we made in the previous week, and just maybe it's not the question; it was just a statement that professional traders must make not less than 50% of profitable trades. And I would like to comment it, and I would like to connect this statement with the situation which we have now, and I will explain in details because these things are important. Yesterday I posted a chart for Bitcoin where I try to explain why I think the price can go downward. I explained it using supporting my statement by head and shoulder chart pattern, which is a trend reversal pattern, and based on my view, the market come from this pattern, and the price could move lower. But as we can see, the market moved upwards, and in comments I saw interesting opinions that ha 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 and ha ha ha. So I would like to explain you just combining these two events into one, and I want to tell you that such predictions and such analysis where market moves in other direction, it's absolutely normal, and it is a part of any trading, and it doesn't matter how cool you are as a trader or as a financial expert. Time by time, you can get such trading ideas, trading signals, and market overviews when you predict one possible price movement, but markets moves in other direction. You must understand that there are no 100% reliable signals, and any market follows just only its way and style and nothing more. We can just try to predict a possible market movement and try to make some profit if market moves in our direction. If not, it's okay. So we have different ways how to avoid fake signals, and when we talk about profitable trading, there is no such a goal like to be profitable all the time. That's why any loss trades and any wrong analysis. It can be like a part of trading and nothing more. Here, I would like to just tell you one important thing. It's very difficult to say which win rate profitable traders and professional traders must have, because there are a lot of trading strategies and there are a lot of different money management strategies where having different win rate will be able to give different results. For example, one trader can make a good profit having just 20 or 30% of win rate. So from 10 trades, he can be right only 3 times. 7 times he can be wrong, but still he can make a lot of money. Other trader can be right in 8 times from 10 trades and lose money. There is no just strong correlation. It's important that you have a trading strategy, you have your exact money management strategy, and you have exact trading strategy. And based on all parameters which you use, you have profit in the long run, and you use this strategy. So there is no exact numbers which you just must follow.
Dmitry, I think you should explain a bit better, because you are assuming people understand a lot about R&R when you say this. Like you said, a trader can have 2 lost trades and 8 winning trades and still lose money. I think you're talking about something like scalping, where you make small trades, you make small wins,
Yes.
but you have a very high risk. And when the trade is lost, you actually lose a lot more than you have won previously.
Yes, you are
Right.
absolutely right. It depends on so win rate must be correlated with your risk reward ratio. If you have risk reward ratio, let's say 1 to 1, you need at least 50% of profitable trading trades in order
51.
to, let's say minimum 50, in order to be at 0. And starting from
Yeah.
50 and high, you will be able to make profit. If your risk reward ratio is let's say 1 to 2, you will need to mind at least 30 trades in profit, just in order to be in profit, or just at 0. If your risk reward ratio, let's say I don't know, 3 points for risk and 1 point for profit, it means if you have, let's say from 10 trades, if you have 1 trade in loss, it will give you -3 points, and other trades will give you 9 points in profit. If in such way you will have 90% of win rate. There is a difference. If your win rate will start falling, you will just add another loss trade, and it will give you another 3 points. So for 2 trades from 10 in loss in such way, it will give you 6 points in minus. If you get the 3rd trade in loss, what is it is really possible. You will have 9 scores in minus, and even you have 7 profitable trades, which can give you 7 points in plus and 9 points in minus. So you will be in loss just in the long run. So there is a correlation between these parameters like win rate and risk reward ratio. And different traders use different strategies and money management strategies with different risk reward ratio and with different win rates, because, as I told you, there are many possible profitable combinations which everyone can use based on their personal goals, based on their personal nature and trading style.
Dima. Dmitry, we have a first question. The question is, I have only been trading crypto. How to get started with stocks and currencies? So could you explain a bit what is the simplest way and safest way to start trading other markets after crypto?
I would like to say that crypto is the best place, the best market for starting trading, because it has a lot of advantages, like you can trade without leverage, you can use simple trading strategies like buy and hold for noise traders, and with bullish markets and with markets like crypto, which still has potential for moving upwards in the long run. This market is good for trading, and even if you make some mistakes, bullish trends can give you profit in any way. When we talk about forex and currencies trading, you need to work with leverage. It's a tool which allow you to make profit in markets where changes per day is not so huge like with crypto. When we're talking about crypto, we can expect sometimes price movements on 15, 20, some markets can move on 50% per day. If we talk about shitcoins, daily movements can be much bigger. Forex can move just 1% per day, maybe less, maybe more. So in order to make profit, you need to use a huge account, or as a variant, use leverage. When you increase your size of account, just with such tool. But at the same time, having opportunity to make more profit, you start getting much higher risk. And that's why when we talk about trading in forex, you must have much more knowledge, and you must have at least just some sort of experience. Even if you use demo trading or paper trading, you must have experience. So it will allow you to better understand how to control your risk, because in forex trading, risk and proper money management are the most important things. So how to start? The best way to start on forex trading, it is demo account, where you try to find your trading strategy which will be suitable for you in trading. You will need some time, and probably you will understand that this market is not for you. But in such case, if you think that forex market is not for you, and you feel yourself not so comfortable, forex market stays the perfect place for algo trading. It has a very good infrastructure, and there are a lot of trading robots which can be used for such type of markets, and which can be really workable and profitable. So you can use forex market for algo trading. If we talk about stocks trading, it is the market which is as close to crypto as possible. It is also can provide really good price movements. If we don't talk about top rated shares like from Apple, Tesla, Microsoft.
Even them, even
Yes,
them.
if we talk about low capitalization markets, they can give movements per day much higher than even in crypto, and such movements, it is your potential profit. And stocks also allow you to trade without margin. They are also have the same idea like in crypto. Crypto is just a project which is behind the coin. So, in order, every project must be interested in development. So, if a project is grow, the price of this coin also moves upward. Nobody is interested in falling of the project and failing of the project. The same goes about stock trading. When there is a company, this company has shares, and this company is interested in development and growing. The same goes about, and it will push shares upward also. So crypto and stock, here we can use buy and hold strategies. These markets are good for buying. They are very simple for joining, and you can use safe money management strategies, and it is really good place for starting trading if you don't have experience and just minimum, if you have minimum knowledge. As for forex, it's better to use demo accounts first of all, and try to understand is it good for you or not. If this market is not comfortable, you can switch to algo trading easily.
I would like to add a few things,
Yes.
because just to make it like a short summary, crypto is cool because, okay, it's really easy to trade. You don't need a big starting capital. The fees are very low, and especially you don't need to use leverage because you have enough up and down movements. I mean, volatility is high. The same volatility you can find in stocks, but over there you need to start with a bigger capital if you want to trade without leverage, because stocks are expensive and the contracts are expensive. You cannot just buy just a small fraction of it, like you can buy a small fraction of any coin. So for stocks, you need minimum capital, and it's going to be a lot higher. And for Forex, actually, you can use a very small capital to begin. Most of the brokers allow you to go in with $200, $500, not even that. So you can also use demo accounts, and you can use all the strategies that you're learning and test them on demo accounts. And when you feel confident, you can pass to the real trading. Dmitry, you wanted to say something?
I think you summarized everything correctly, and yes, there are just let's say, as a trader, you can just pick all markets, traditional markets for trading, or and combine them in a trading portfolio, or focus on one, two. When we have trading robots, it's very simple to add. Forex market to your trading portfolio, even if you are interested only in crypto, and you can use, for example, crypto for manual trading, for swing trading, for investing in crypto just in long run, and have a part of your portfolio for algo trading. Algo trading don't take too much time for you. It is something like you need to install a robot and just time by time check how it works, nothing more. Or the same goes about, you can use stock trading, stock markets for manual trading, and forex for algo trading. You can use stock, crypto, and forex just like free markets in your portfolio. They are different, and it is good for diversification of all possible risks. So
Again, I have to add something about Forex. Why is it cool to use algo trading there? It's because Forex has been around for a long time, and there are many more brokers competing, and there are many tools that allow execution which is a lot closer to what you want to execute. So, for example, the freeze of the platform, which happens in crypto when there is a big spike up or down, when you cannot enter, you cannot log in, and you cannot place or close a trade. That happens not so frequently in Forex. It still happens, and actually we had something like that last night. We'll talk about it later, when some of our trades were closed a lot lower than our stop loss. But it still happens, but not at the same scale as in crypto. There is one more question from the same user, and it's about algo trading. He wants to know how much would it cost if you wanted to use the Tradunity bot. Should you answer or should I?
If you can, please do it. I need to find this chart for the example.
It's New Zealand dollars.
Yes. Just a second.
put it on 1 minute, it's much more interesting. So about our robot, the robot it costs you just the price of the robot, right now $349. Then you have to install it on a broker, and the broker will take some fees from you when you trade. If you use a ECN account, which is what we recommend for the broker, normally you should get around $7 or $9 or $10 or $7 is the industry standard for one lot. That means for, I believe, $100,000 you trade, the broker gets 7 out of it. So usually when we make minimum trades, the commission is something like 7 cents, but it depends on which currency you use, because if you use euros, it's going to be 5. If you use Australian dollars, it's going to be 8. So for algo trading, the costs are the cost of the robot, if it's a paid robot or a free robot, ours is paid. The cost of the broker's fees, and also you need to have a VPS to run it on. A VPS is like a computer in the cloud. It's a computer that runs 24/7, and you can just leave it open all the time, and the robot will continue working all the time. And there are many providers of VPS. We have recommended for the beginner and for beginners a free VPS from Amazon, and we gave all the tutorials on how to install it, everything else. Yes, $349, because it's the next question. It's one-time payment. We don't have a monthly payment, not at least for now, and you get updates and support with this. And that actually, I think, so far it has been more interesting than just the robot, because many people who have started with the robot have started also trading Forex and other markets because they got inspired and they saw how simple it is. Dmitry, are you ready?
Yes, I would like to add that algo trading is a good thing from just such point of view. Like, in order to be sure that your trading strategy is profitable, you must make a backtest. I made, for example, I tested my trading strategies which I use for manual trading. I tested manually. I got about 3 or 4, just about thousands of signals, which I made manually. I covered several years, and I spent about 1 year for such manual tests. So it's really a lot of work. But when we talk about algo trading and robots and forex trading, we can easily use data which can be provided by brokers, and you can simulate trading just this robot or any robot on these historical candles, in order to understand this trading strategy with these exact parameters can make profit or not. With robot, you can, for example, make a backtest for during 10 years, just spend it maybe 5 minutes, and you will have results. Based on these results, you can find proper money management strategy, which will be suitable for you. You can better understand which market you should trade, which market you should avoid, when, and there are a lot of priceless information you can get from such backtests. I would like just to show you the performance of our robot, and it is different. We keep improving the robot all the time. We search for better settings all the time, and our community take part in this process, just trying to find more stable settings for more markets, for more time frames, in order to make the robot more stable and profitable. We started from yes.
Dmitry, let's just give a big thank you to EZ, who has found really interesting setups, which we are now testing and trying to optimize. And we can also say that we have one more person who is willing to join our team very soon and work only on the robot part. So that will be a very big step forward for us, having one person all the time on the robots and on the robots, because we're using more.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting.
Yes, it's really cool that we have a lot of people involved in this process, and it means that we can make this robot even better. We don't stop and we move forward. You can see this. This is a gold market and the performance of our robot for gold market with just with one variant of settings. You can see from this chart that the robot has periods of growing, the periods of drawdown, and from your reports, which you can get from backtesting, you will see just closely the same picture, where you can understand how your trading robot will trade day by day, month by month, and you will have a better understanding. What about drawdown? So if you see the drawdown is big, you can cut down your trading lot. If drawdown is normal for you, you can increase a lot. So your trading becomes more reliable, and your trading is supported by statistic, by results, which is good. We have
Oh,
yes.
I want to say a few things here. You were talking earlier about risk reward and win rate. In test, this robot has about 50% wins. Right now we have 49% wins, but because in average we win 1.17 times more than we lose, we are slowly growing.
Yes, it's
And
just
one,
another example
yeah.
how to understand how your win rate change your results, and just comparing your average profit with your win rate, you can predict possible results and understand your trading strategy is good or reliable with some space for improvement, or not. And it will give you additional information which you will use for improving your trading strategy and trading style. From this example, we have such price movement for the gold market, and you can see just the real results for let's say 7 months. There were periods of drawdown, there are periods of good profit, and
Flat and flat.
I should say here is a good example how just normal trading must looks like. So when we talk about forex, let's say average 5 or 10% per month, it is really a good result. When we talk about algo trading, don't forget that it is a type of trading which don't need any efforts from your side. You install and the robot work. Open trades, manage trades, close trades. That's all. At the same time, we have just one of possible settings for different markets, and this performance is also positive, but not so good like with gold. There are many reasons for this. I don't spend time now explaining why we have such different results with other markets, and then you compare them with gold. But you can see, a robot still profitable. Even we have many just let's say lost trades because of, we will talk about it, because of sometimes strange movements, strange for us, but they are normal for markets. I would like to talk now about just the price movement which we got at night today, this night, right? We had long trades, just estimated from the levels like 0.667. These buy positions, buy lots, buy trades were based on a trend signal where we had downward movement. Price bounced from, in this example, we have simple moving average with the 200 period, and it is rather strong support line. At the same time, we have, based on the previous performance of this of the price, we have a support zone between 67 and 5 and 67 levels. So price showed that we can expect price reversal from this support zone, which is rather strong and supported by different tools. We got signals from MACD histogram, which confirmed us the upward movement from this zone. You can see that histogram moved upward. We got a signal from RSI, which also confirmed the price reversal from this support zone. So even the price, even RSI reversed not in the oversold zone. At least it was a signal, a possible signal for buying. For short, for medium term, it could be good. But yesterday or today at night, we got such amazing bearish candle.
Can you move to a smaller time frame, like 15 minutes or 5 minutes? It's going to be really interesting.
We can move lower.
It actually happened in only 1 minute.
Well, I can also, I guess, yes, I guess I can use 1 minute chart. So just it was here. So we have here is our entry level. We had active trades, and the market dropped a lot. So it gave us trades which were closed by stop. So we got a loss trade. We got a loss, and because of slippage, it became bigger than we expected, right?
Yes.
So
2 times for one of the trades.
Yes.
As far as I remember.
What should we note from this experience? It was just one time price movement. It was a falling based on one chart. The first thing we must note: if you trade in forex without stop loss, it is just the question of time when you lose all your money, because leverage and any movements against you can blow up your account very quickly. Another thing is that when we have strong news or when we have just it can be, let's say, it can be a spike from broker where prices can move just in one direction very quickly, like this. It could be like wrong data from a broker. Some brokers will return it some brokers can fix such technical mistakes and compensate your lost money. Some brokers, if they are not reliable, can do nothing with it. So you must be ready to see such movements, and the most important thing in trading forex, you must always use stop orders, and sometimes just price movements with let's say fake breakouts sometimes can close your stops, just reach your stops, and trade market reverses and moves in your direction. It's just the question of how to place stop orders in order they couldn't be reached by just any noise or price movements or fake breakouts, but at the same time where to place them in order to protect your capital if markets move against you. So we got these lost trades,
loss.
Yes,
Mhm.
and
And
it's a
nothing
part of
because
trading. Uh, we must know that uh, if you make mistakes in trading, and there are a lot of mistakes, believe me, you can make. For example, you just decide buy or sell without any reasons, and you get loss. It is bad. It's very bad. Even if you just buy or sell something and could make profit, it is also very bad. When you get a loss trade on your planned trade, which was supported by your trading plan, which was supported by signals from the market, you open a trade based on these signals, and you got a loss trade. It's okay. It's absolutely normal, and all such trades, they are just the part of any profitable trading in the long run. So you shouldn't be worried about trades which were closed by stop.
well, I also want to add, it's okay also because we were using a strict money management strategy. This trade was on our copy trading platform, and our copy trading platform allows 1% risk per trade. Okay, maybe 1.1 if we have something like that. But in this case, I think it was about 0.8 because the minimum trade was somewhere around there. So when this happened, we got to lose something like 1.4, 1.5% of the capital. Sure, it's not nice because it was more than we wanted, but it's not really a problem because we can easily bounce back from that. But if we would have entered with 20% of our capital and this would happen, then this move would wipe out 30%. And to come back from 30%, you have to make something like 50%, 45, something like this in order to go back to 100.
Yes, I can add just what does it mean proper money management. For example, we when we trade forex, we use one person as a risk per trade. What does it mean? In order to blow up our capital, we need to close in loss just, let's say, about 90 trades in a row. So there must be 90 trades in a row closed by stop, just in order to blow up the capital. I should say, even if you trade without trade strategies, even if you are not so lucky, if you are, if there are a lot of factors playing against you, it's rather difficult to get 90 trades which will give you just such loss. But for example, if you use, let's say, 10% risk per trade, you will need only 9 trades and you will lose your money. So, in order to get 9 trades, it's rather simple because you can trade several markets, and 1, 2, 3, or 5 markets give you 1, 2 lost trades, and you don't have your capital for trading. So that's why when we talk about proper money management, we must think about the size of risk which we can accept, and we must understand how many, what is our win rate, what is our risk reward ratio, how many trades we got in the past, just one by one, which were closed by stop, and combine all information, we can build proper and solid money management for real trading. I saw a question about from Vitaly about
Yeah,
stop orders based on Bitcoin market.
Bitcoin daily, he said.
Yes,
He wants to know how do you place a stop loss order?
about Bitcoin, we have following picture. We have the price, which made a good price movement, upward movement with this huge bullish candle, and we have the price which we have 5,000 level, which acts like support, and if we move on lower time frames, we will see how the price moves around this level. So 5,000 now, it is rather important for the market, and price can't move lower. So if we decided to buy now, I should say it's not a good idea if you want to trade in short term, in medium term. It is not a good idea because the price is far from a good entry level. Good entry level is in this zone. Just a second. I would like to say that a good price, a good level for buying is in this zone because we have the main uptrend line. We have moving average, which also acts like support levels. Buying from this zone, so buying from support zone, it is just proper trading, how it should looks like. We join to the main uptrend, buying after corrections. That's why for me it's very important to get correction. In order to make it clear for you, it should be like this. It should be the same pattern. When price moved upwards, corrected to support zone, bounced, and this zone can be used for buying. In such case, where we need to place a stop order, we need to place a stop order which will close our trades which are based on the following model. The model which we have now, it is very simple. We have the uptrend and we join to this uptrend after correction. After correction, it is this period. It means we need to put place order at the level which, if the price reach this level, we must get just different model of market movement, and it means we need to close and we need to exit from our trade, which was based on the old market model. We put stop losses. If we talk about buying from a proper zone, we put our stop losses below the uptrend line and swing low. What does it mean? It means if price continue upward movement, you have a protection, you have a stop order which protect your capital, and if market moves in the right direction, your stop won't be reached. So you have opportunity to make profit. But if the price decided to just continue falling, we don't have anymore the uptrend, and your trade, long position buy trade, was based on the idea to join to the uptrend. Here there is no uptrend, and you must exit. The best level to exit when you get a signal confirming a trend reversal. When price breaks the uptrend line, it is a signal confirming the trend reversal. I use here the uptrend line. It is a technical tool, but with the same principle you can use, for example, moving averages. So the same goes. If price bounces from moving averages, you open position in the direction of the main trade. If price breaks this moving average, you need to close your trade because you will have just a new market model, which is different, and you will need to search for new opportunities and use them for new trades. When we talk about the current market conditions, the price is moved too far from good entry levels. Just compare with this. And if you buy here, based on the current levels, you will need to put your stop below support zones and levels. If you put it below, let's say, below 5,000, market still has potential to drop, and this falling can be up to this zone and continue the upward movements like in this example. So your stop will be closed. It's not a good idea to place a stop order below 5,000 because there is a space for falling, and it will be in the structure of the uptrend. So if you put the stop below simple moving averages 200, it will be the same story. It's not a good idea. If we talk about placing stop orders below, let's say, simple moving average with 100 period, it can be, but still it's not so reliable. The most reliable zone for placing stop order now, it is below the uptrend line, like here. So in this case, we will be sure that if price drops below this uptrend line, we won't have bullish trend anymore, and we don't need to stay with our long position. In such way, if you buy here and put your stop loss here, you will have a huge stop size. So you increase your risk, and it's not good for trading because you will use more capital for covering your risk. If you open a long position at the support zone, you can make your stop loss size less. It means you can increase your trading lot and have a better position for price movement. The market will have space for movement in your direction. You have good trading lot for good profit if market continues moving in your direction. In this case, just in order to meet the same risk level per trade like this, you will need to use much less trading lot, and as a result, it can the market can move against you, and you will have the period of when your trade will be in loss, in floating loss, and it will give you additional emotions and sometimes negative emotions. So it's not a good idea. That's why you need to buy at the right zones. Let's say buying not far from bottoms, selling not far from tops. And in order to place stop orders above or below support zone, levels, lines, support and resistance. From this point of view, it's better to do it like this. One more thing, we can note that if you are a long-term trader and if you have, let's say, for Bitcoin, profit targets at, let's say, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, you can use the current levels for building long position. So you invest a part of your capital here at the current levels. If the market moves lower, you add some more volume based on different levels, and you build several long positions based on different levels. You have your main stop for all positions below the uptrend line, and if market continues the direction upward, you just start getting profit in some time. But if price drops below the uptrend line, you exit and wait for new opportunities. That's all.
Okay. There is somebody, the same user, Betwix. He's asking how much we charge for copy trading. Copy trading is now still part only of our big package. So we added it to our package, which also includes courses and this kind of communication in private. Like you can ask any questions all the time and we will answer you. But in the future, we want to make also its own package. But for that, we need a different platform for copy trading, which we are now developing. But if you want to learn first, to go through our courses, by the way, today we start publishing the money management course, and Friday Dmitry starting the crypto course also. You should join for 1 month, 2 months, and then continue with copy trading if that's what you want. Dimitri, there's a question
I want
about
to add that in
yeah.
our Discord channel, we have several groups about stock trading, forex trading, crypto trading. My group where I share trading ideas and where you can ask questions. We have copy trading group. In the announcement, I wrote the plan how we will improve our copy trading platform and how it will look like. So now we have one master account. Let's say it is like a test period, which we have now. We collect information, we collect ideas how to make this copy trading service better. So when we get copy trading platform, which will allow us to move to make the next step and start adding different master accounts in order to provide our members different styles of trading for getting signals in auto mode and for diversification, just the whole trading. So now it is just like one account, and I would like to say that now we use our copy trading platform maybe on 15%, something like this. There are a lot of ideas how to make it better and much more interesting. Please visit our Discord channel. You can find the link to our Discord channel below this video, and you will be able to find this information and more details how our copy trading will look like.
There is a question about XLM on that's stellar lumens on the weekly chart. If you have any update for that.
Yes, just a second.
You used to like this coin. You used to.
Yeah, it was my one of the favorite coins. But I changed my thinking about not top altcoins after 2018, and I'm just a little bit worried about such low cap altcoins, and the same goes about shitcoins. About Stellar, based on the weekly chart, we have just the situation where we have the price which let's say bounced from the price which bounced from the support zone at 0.10. I can't say it is a support zone because it is a round number level anyway. The majority of round number levels can be used as resistance support levels. At the same time, we have this swing high, which tells us about that price moved upward, bounced, and dropped lower. So it means we also have a level. It's a resistance level. Let's say it can be like 0.07. So we have and I zoom and I pay your attention that the previous high and the local low they are at the same level. So we have a support zone between 10 and 7, and if we talk about long time trading, it's just the first signal which can be used for buying. So we could buy based on this reversal. So let's say, for example, based on the reversal and buying at 0.10. Another thing we should take into consideration: we can draw such a downtrend line which tells us about that the market probably, if we talk about weekly chart, the market stays in a downtrend. There are some signals for this. The price drops below moving average with the 100 period. Mainly when we use moving averages, 100 period, it can be like moving average, which tells you about long-term trade. So if price is above it, we have a bullish trend. If the price is below this line, we have a bearish trend. Sometimes you can use moving average with 200 period with the same role. If we don't focus on moving averages and use only trend lines, now the price reached the downtrend line where price action is very important. So we can expect the price reversal and continuation of the downward movement, or a breakout and trend reversal and bullish trend in the long run. So this breakout can be used for buying if you are looking for long-term trades. So this breakout you buy. Stop orders can be placed just below the downtrend line, or the better way it will be to place stop orders below the previous low, swing low, and it is 0.7, and you invest and wait for continuation of the uptrend. So if we talk about Stellar, I would like to do it like this. So if you missed opportunity to buy it just at 0.10 level, now it's better to wait for breakout above the downtrend line and start building position. If we talk about weekly chart, it means you want to invest in the long run. If you want to invest in the long run, so you are ready to stay with this market for months or maybe years.
That's it?
Yes, that's it. And another question.
Which one is more profitable, copy trading or robot? Can I start? Because this is one of my favorite questions.
Yes, and let's start, and don't forget to add manual trades also.
Yes. So this question is a bit if you look at the short term, you will say, okay, the robot is more profitable because the robot is in profit while the copy trading right now is under zero. It's in drawdown. But then again, you are asking this question because you're looking for one, I guess, you're looking for one system that will replace your trading, which is not really a correct way of doing trading. So what they both are, they are different systems which are used for diversification of your trading. As Dmitry said, right now copy trading is not perfect because it's just one account, and it should be multiple choice of accounts where you can split your capital for more stable trading. Dmitry, can you put out the gold chart for the robot, the results, because I want to make a point with that. So as I said, if you look on the short term, the robot is more profitable, but the copy trading is made out of manual trades. The same strategies of manual trading, which in the past months have given us really, really good results. This month, and you can see that in both charts that we post on our Discord channels all the time, every week, I mean the spreadsheet with all the trades. This month, the trades didn't work so well. We are in drawdown. We have more losses than wins. But okay, now I see the chart. If you look, our top in like the maximum the robot made was around 40%, and I think it was in the middle of March, somewhere in 17 or 14.
February, March.
February, March, it was 40%. So if you started with the robot on that day, you can see that right now you would be in a negative trend. But we started in August, September. So since then, the robot had time to go up, go down, go up, go down. The same is with copy trading. They will also go up and down, and in time it will grow your capital. So the question, if you are looking for just one trading system to complement your trading or just to replace all trading, you have to think about it like this. The The robot is a system which provides one strategy, one trading strategy, and it runs this strategy rain or shine every day, every minute, every hour. While copy trading is based on several strategies of free traders, which are Dmitry Datong and Christopher Burton, our traders and collaborators, who place and manage the trade manually. That is the difference. The robot is a system that has no intelligence, it just follows a set of rules, while the traders use their experience, their gut feeling, but mostly their experience and knowledge to place and to close the trades. That is how I can answer the question.
I also would like to add that it's not a question about what should I use, copy trading or algo trading. From my point of view, just if we talk about my trading portfolio, the perfect one looks like I have a part of capital for manual trading. I have a part of capital for algo trading based on different robots, and I can use a part of my capital for copy trading. So combining different tools, combining different markets, combining different strategies in one portfolio, you can make your deposit growing more stable, and you will have opportunity to avoid deep drawdowns, to avoid just high volatility of your equity, and it will be, let's say, not like up down. It will be more just more stable,
Smooth,
smooth
more
is
smooth.
upward movement of your capital. And from this point of view, it's not a problem to combine robots and copy trading in one trading portfolio, and add also manual trading. We are in drawdown if we talk about copy trading, and to my mind, I talked about it during the previous stream, but shortly I will tell that because we have exact deposit size and we have to follow our money management rules, like about 1% risk per trade, we have to pick the suitable trades from the whole floor. We produce a lot of trading signals, and the part of them, just only the part of them, moves to our copy trading. Other trades can be used manually, and if your deposit is bigger than $1,000, you can use all of them. And based on all trades, we have just better results. But when we started picking some trades, we are in drawdown, and it is normal. Because when you start picking some trades, you will have another results, and it's logical.
Dimitri, just to make it clear, actually, I think to take all the trades, you need something around 5 to 10,000, even more, not more than 1,000. Yeah.
Yes, but again,
Because we have oil, we have big futures. Sorry.
Futures, we have commodities, we have forex pairs, we have crypto signals, and combining all together, you will be able to make your trading stable and get just trading portfolio which will be as close to the perfect one as possible. As for the question from
it's about if the MetaTrader should be running all the time for copy trading and the bot. Yes, it's best to have it running on a VPS. If you don't have a VPS, if you don't want to buy one, you can just make an account on Amazon Web Services or Google. They have 1 year free trial, and you can place there at least 2, if not 3, MT4s. We have tried even with 4, but the CopyTrader has an application that runs near it, so 2 MT4s and CopyTrader is maximum that I can recommend. Dimitri, there was one question from Dmitry Ask Me Anything. Somebody asked you if you could look at Dash during your next video stream, which is now.
Okay, any time frames?
It didn't say, let me check. If it doesn't say, you can choose your own.
I would like to use well, the daily. The daily, first of all. Again, with the daily time frame, we have the uptrend. The price reached the resistance, started correction, and again, if we talk about investing in the long run, medium term, it's better to wait for correction to one of two possible support zones. The first support zone is at the, let's say, local uptrend line, which we draw using this 1, 2, 3 swing lowers, and if the price reach this zone, which is also supported by 100 round number level, it is a strong support level, and it is supported by moving averages average with period 50. So it is a strong support zone. Price can bounce, and it will give a buy opportunity. We can use it in such way. Stop loss can be placed below this support zone, or better, if you are looking for long time trading, better below the main uptrend line. If the price drops below it, we will have another support zone between moving averages 100 and the main uptrend line, where also a price reversal can be used for buying. If we look at the weekly time frame, we can see that price reached the blue line. It is moving average with period 50, and 140 level, which is a resistance. So we have a price reversal. It can be short-term downward movement, or the price can continue sideways movement between 140 and 100 level, or it can reach this main uptrend line, which I showed you on the daily time frame, bounce and continue the uptrend. So all crypto markets, for me, I would like to see correction. I would like to see deep correction, and it will be really good for the further uptrends. If we continue pushing the price higher, we will have the same hot market like it was in 2017, with amazing,
Unbelievable.
let's say, yes, with amazing upward movements, and after huge upward movements, many you can have huge and deep fallings. So it's better to move in slowly, but move upward.
In the continuation of this question, somebody else asked that he's looking at Dash for a few months now and wondering if it's a good choice for long terms, like 2 years. Because on the last peak, it peaked at $1,000, and it was only the 15th coin in the market ladder. So his question is, are you thinking it will go so high again, or even more?
It depends on different factors, and I should say that it was a good upward movement. And how much Dash lost? Maybe 90%, right? Something like this.
Well, if it was 1,000 and it
Yes,
was
it was
90, yeah,
1,500. So
something like
after
92.
such crash, it's rather difficult to say. Will this market move back to the previous highs? If we talk about stable coins, let's say Bitcoin, for example, Bitcoin, I can believe that it will reach the previous level because of different reasons. In long run, it is the main coin, and blah 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 blah. Yes, I think it's okay to invest in the long run, but probably at the same time we can say about Ethereum. But when we start moving down on the list of crypto markets, and every new market just for me, it is a good question. And mainly, it's not a technical question based on technical analysis. It's a question which can be replied by mainly by fundamental analysis. With the project, does it look solid in the long run? What if crypto will the crypto hype will return? What if there will be a lot of positive news for crypto? If this positive news will support crypto and this price moves upward, probably yes. But will it reach the previous highs like 1,500? It is still a big question. And only just invest in a small part in different markets can be a possible variant, and just let's say safe variant for a case if something will be wrong. Again, if crypto doesn't get such positive news, strong news for the long run, what will be with Dash? The coin dropped on, let's say, 90%.
95, I think.
Yes,
Even
95. It's a lot. It's really a lot. Maybe the project will be closed and nobody will see this Dash in 1 year or maybe 2 years. There are much more risk. From this point of view, just if control risk and try to invest in stable coins, I would like to invest to Bitcoin mainly and be sure that you have high percent for success, because traditional world knows Bitcoin. Traditional world, financial world doesn't know maybe Dash, Zcash, and some other altcoins and shitcoins. Bitcoin, yes, it is let's say official financial instrument. We have futures, and it can be popular from and have interest from different investors. So I believe that in some time Bitcoin will try to reach the previous high at 20. When? It's rather difficult to say, because every day we can get some news which will change the picture. That's why I don't believe such prediction that in 5 years Bitcoin will be $100,000. It can be, but at the same time, probably it will never reach this. There are so many factors which can change the whole picture, just let's say every day, every month, and every year.
It's interesting also why these questions appear, because these kind of questions we get a lot, and I think it's mostly thinking right now, okay, Dash is 100. If it goes to 1,500, I will make 15 times that. So people are still looking for that coin that will multiply everything, everything a lot, So instead of seeing it as a trading opportunity, just make money constantly, people are still looking more like an investment. Or
it's like, again, it's just a wish to get a lot of money. And this approach, it looks like not stable for the long run, because when we try to make a lot of money and become rich very quickly, mainly based on our experience, you stay with zero deposit or with a huge drawdown. It's better to think about getting knowledge, to think about creating your stable trading portfolio, investing in crypto markets, knowing all possible risk, having support from technical analysis, having support from fundamental analysis, and based on this information, just take the right decision. How much you need to invest in which market, and what to do if market will move in your direction, if market move against you, and so on. I saw a question.
Just a second. There are two questions for me and one for you. So for me, it's the question why VPS from the user Betwix, who was asking about copy trading and robot. So why VPS? VPS is a virtual private server. So it's basically a computer in the cloud. It runs all day, all night. Also, it has one more feature which interests us in trading. You can choose where the VPS is located from your VPS provider, and you usually gonna choose a location near your broker's server. And having the location near the broker's server, you also get very short distance, both in physical way, also in informational way. So your the time it takes your trade, your order to get to the broker and come back to you is very small. It's called latency. The latency is very small. The communication with the server is very fast. And that helps you go in and go out of your trade very fast. You can also use a computer at home if you want to use it and to keep it on all the time. But then you just have to make sure it's always connected, that there are no resets, there is no power out. So it's usually a lot cheaper and a lot more comfortable to have a VPS. And the question from Nana, who says he has subscribed to copy trading but no trades for almost 1 week. Nana, I invite you to either our chat group on Telegram or on Discord on the copy support chat, and let's discuss it there. There's probably something wrong with the setup, and you should just talk to us there and we'll help you solve it.
The new copy trading platform will try to solve maybe some possible difficulties in connecting your account with the master account. We try to make it user friendly, and I think it will be just one more feature which will be good for our members, just when you will need to just click and join. Now we have a little bit complicated feature
because it's not our application. There is one question for you, Dmitry, the last question. How do you get those green lines on the dash chart?
Yes, I should say that when we talk about technical tools like lines and levels, they can give just a part of magic. I want to show you, let's say.
I think he's asking how you put it with TradingView.
I will explain. I want to say that 2017 we have the market moving upwards, and it forms swing highs, swing lows, swing highs, swing lows. I use these swing highs and swing lows for placing these resistance and support lines using just horizontal line from TradingView. It's very simple to use. So you put them, you have opportunity to correct them, to edit them, and you have such lines like on my chart. You can change the color, you can do with them everything you want. So I use these swing highs, swing lows, and now after you can see how price reached them, acted them, and now these levels will be the resistance levels for the market, which will move upward. So all these lines came from the past, and now we can use them as a resistance level, as support levels, and use them for fixing profit or for placing stop orders for future trades.
Okay, I think it's okay for today. We have no more questions.
Okay, I should say thank you very much for joining us, for spending with us this 1 hour and a half. Please subscribe to our channel and put like if you like our stream. We try to make it every week, Wednesday, this time, evening time. Don't forget that you have opportunity to join our Discord channel. It is absolutely free. You can ask me any question in Ask Dmitriy Anything group. I will reply during the week, or the most interesting question will be replied during the next stream. So thank you very much for taking part in this stream. Thank you, Dan, for helping with the question.
Anytime.
Okay.
So. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining.
See you.
Have a good
next
night.
time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.